Alright, what up? So with Wisp being probably my favorite Warframe, if not tied with Nova for my favorite, figured I'd do a little guide on her. Quick little number, just to, show people the basics of her kit and how I mod her. First off, her passive is a invisibility when you're in the air. No matter how long you're in the air, you get it, you shoot, you lose it. I believe you can still melee. Yeah, melee is fine, you're still invisible. Pretty decent, it's not super useful, but it helps. Her first ability is Reservoir. It gives you 3 different reservoirs. The first one gives you health and health regen, max health and health regen per second based on your power strength. So I recommend high power strength with it. Your second is a speed mote. It gives you move speed and attack speed, both fire rate and melee attack speed, which is very nice. It's kind of like a Volt mixed with a Oberon with the first one. Your third reservoir, or moat I guess, is electric shock I guess. In a certain amount of yards based on your range, it shocks enemies. I think it's up to 5 enemies at once, every few seconds. Pretty decent. Your reservoirs will stay up as long as you need them to. They don't disappear unless you die. If you fall off the map, they're still good. The only thing I've noticed that resets them is dying completely or host migration, so just make sure if either of those happen, you get them back up quickly. You can have up to 6 at a time, and once you place over 6, it'll start getting rid of them in chronological order of whichever order you place them in. Your second ability, your Will-O-Wisp, sends out a copy of yourself. If you press it, distracts enemies, and if you press it again, you'll teleport to it. If you want, you could also press and hold to pretty much double the speed of it, and then just release to teleport to it again. It's not very good for distraction, it's alright, but for the most time you'll be using it for traveling and nothing else, just mobility. It's a nice little to and from one side to the other. The distance you can get on it is not based on your range, it's based on duration. So don't worry about range mods. It's got a timer there you can see with a bar. You'll know when it's up and when you have to teleport. You get some really good range on it. Your third ability is your Breach Surge. Sends out a bunch of little wisps in a radius around you. I should probably be showing these on enemies. Let me spawn a couple bombards. We'll go 6. I don't know. These little wisps will attach to enemies when you use it. They flew for some reason. It'll blind everybody in your radius, and each time you damage somebody, it has a 10% chance to shoot its little flares out towards other enemies, and if you kill an enemy, it has a 100% chance to shoot. And they don't do the most damage, but that blind is really useful if you need it. Very good CC, especially along with your shock mote. The CC stun on your shock mote alone is good enough, but double crowd controls, always nice. Resimulate them, I'll pause it. Your Breach Surge allows you to teleport between your motes as well. If I look at a mote, it'll have that little, I don't know why it's not doing it the whole time. Oh, I'm in the circle. Once you're out of the radius, it doesn't work in your, if you're in the radius, but once you leave the radius, it'll have a little icon on all your motes. And Breach Surging on one of them pretty much doubles your range of the Breach Surge, which is very nice. So always try to target a mote if you can. Usually for missions, I try to put 3 motes somewhere, and then 3 motes like on the opposite side of the map. and then you can just teleport between both sets to constantly keep up your crowd control. Like I said, the damage you get on the little procs isn't that much, but it's mostly the blind CC you're wanting from this ability. Affected by range and duration for the blind as well. Your fourth ability, Soul Gate, sends out a little laser beam, I guess you can call it. Opens a portal to the sun, technically. It does heat and radiation damage, which is very nice. It gains more damage too if you have motes on attached to you, your little reservoir motes. Both the, I don't remember which one's which, but two of the motes each add a flat 25% damage bonus, and then the third mote, I think it's a shock mote, gives you a corrosive effect on it as well, which is very nice. So you're dealing essentially heat, corrosion, and radiation all at once with this, which isn't bad. It deals 500% damage, and then you can also hold it to essentially double that. And it also amps up damage on the same target. That, so the longer you're hitting a target, the more damage you'll take from your Soul Gate. One thing I forgot to mention about your Breach Surge here is that it also comes off of your Wisp as well. So if you want to send a Wisp out to that side and then breach down to one of your motes on this side, it'll actually come out from your Wisp over there as well with double the range. So you can essentially CC trap entire rooms, maybe a few rooms at once. Which a lot of people don't really seem to know about. I'll show you my build quick. It's not too bad. I kind of made a... With the formas I have on my build, I actually couldn't make a no forma build because my polarities are messing up with it and I don't have enough polarity slots. I guess I tried to make a bare bones one here, but essentially what you want is as much health and damage as you can get. I put Umbral Fiber on for more armor too, but you don't really need armor with her. It's very nice though because her shield drains very quickly. She starts with not too much shield. Essentially you don't want anything negative and just try to go for strength. Range isn't really necessary, but it's very nice with your Breach Surge. If you can get all three Umbral mods on, that's advised, as each one you have on obviously boosts the others. I got Flow on for extra, but I mean 700 energy. You don't really need that much. You could probably switch that out for maybe a more casting. Fuck, what am I thinking of? Natural talent. Casting speed. If you want that, it'll help with your teleports between your wisps, or even putting down your reservoirs, because those are a pain, having to put all three down every time you move new areas. Arcanes don't really matter. I always like Guardian on all my frames, just for the extra armor, you never know. And Consequence on her just for more mobility, because I'm a sucker for mobility. Yeah, it's pretty much it.